Welcome to the Father Knowts podcast, and I am your host, Warren W. Patten Jr., or you can call me Father Patten. Father Knowts is an informational style podcast created to give fathers a voice in their family structure. I encourage fathers to take back fatherhood and shake the trees of tradition to create a stronger family unit. We'll also delve into men's health, leadership, mentorship, and so much more. Okay, men, it's time to be a better father on purpose. Well, hello, fathers. Welcome back to the Father Knowts podcast. Glad to see you here. Can you see me? Okay, quit playing. This is still season 2 and episode 10. So this episode is called War Tested, Father Approved. War Tested, Father Approved. Because, we've always heard the term battle tested, mother approved. Battle tested, mother approved. But hey, I had to bring one in, and it's war tested, father approved. Now, they have to win a few battles along the way. That is so true. But ultimately, a father has to teach their children, specifically their son, how to win the war. You're going to be tested in so many ways, but you got to win the war. And I'm not talking about fighting or anything, although that's part of it. But I'm just talking about as a man, you have to be able to teach your sons a few things about winning the war and preparing for the war. So let me break it down just a little bit. Now, I'm bringing this to you from my Father Knowts book, of course, my Father Knowts book that you can get on my website, warrenwpattenjr.com. You can only get it there. But on page 32 of Father Knowts chapter F, we talk about battle tested, mother approved. War tested, father approved. I'm going to get it together here in just a moment. I'm just excited. You know how I get real excited about talking about these things. So, first of all, life is full of tests. Just about everything that we do, there are tests. So we have to prepare, specifically our sons. And I'm talking to fathers and about sons this time. I'm not bringing in the daughters because the mothers have specific responsibility for teaching daughters different things. Now, if you are a single father of a daughter, oh yes, there's some things you need to know. But I might talk about that a little bit later because I was the oldest of 5 and I had 3 sisters. 3 sisters. So I did a lot of sharing and nurturing for them as they were coming up. But anyway, so with those tests, you have to prepare your son for adulthood and fatherhood. Now, this is what fathers champion and mothers struggle with when it comes to what to teach a young son what to do as a man when they enter into relationships and they have their own home. So that's where I want to go. When you have your own home, you have to really teach your son different things. A father must, take the measure and check the quality of what a son can do. Take measure and check the quality of any task that you teach your son to do. You have to check the performance. How are they doing those tasks? How are they taken care of? Are they reliable? Are they dependable? I'm tossing out these big terms at you because you have to teach these things to your son. And when you give them a task, when you give them something to do they start it? Do they plan it? Do they start it? Do they do a great job? Quality. Is it reliable? Those things have to be taught, and we have to think about those as we are raising our children, specifically now, our sons. And I'm going to give you just a few examples. So building, that was one thing that I did with my sons when I found our home, the one home. We had 2 homes. We had our starter home, And I did a little things in the backyard. We bought a little swing set, and they were too young to help me with that. But after the first two became a little bit older and we had three more sons, stop it. We moved. I found a bigger house, of course, with a larger yard, and I decided to build a swing set for all five of them. And my first two sons were able to help me put it together. And they thought it was just, that's not something children do. But I'm like, yes, you will help me with this. But afterwards, after we built it, we planned it and we built it and we did everything we were supposed to do. We followed all of the instructions. We just didn't do it how we thought, some men do, but I followed every instruction because I wanted it to be sturdy. And this probably was 35 years ago. So when we built that swing set, we were hoping that it was going to be sturdy enough to withstand not just the five sons, but the elements of Mother Nature. And it's still out there. But that's about building. And that goes along with not just a swing set. When you set up a basketball goal, when you do anything around the house, they need to see you do your work. And they need to see the measure of your work, the quality of your performance. Another step, preventive maintenance. Now, I've learned a lot of this from my work history with a fast food restaurant. Yes, a quick service restaurant, I must say. It's changed over the years. But maintenance, I learned quite a bit. But you have to really teach your sons about planned and preventative maintenance, especially with cars. That's the key right there, making sure that they can keep their car running. You just can't get a car, get in the car, drive the car, and hope it lasts forever. It's not going to happen. So you have to teach them about regular routines that you have to do to the car. And that means you have to have the finances right. You can't hope to come up with the money to get the tires replaced. You have to have already planned for those tires to be replaced. You have to plan for the tune up, all of those things. And you have to teach them and get them the opportunity to do it. Now, I have three sons who can work on cars. They probably saw me doing it. I'm not sure if I taught them specifically how to work on cars. I did teach them some preventative maintenance, but as far as getting into the engine and everything, I was definitely familiar with it because as a college kid, I had to. But I didn't think I could teach them that because cars have changed. But I made sure I communicated with them. They have to be aware of what the inner workings of their car and they have to protect it for sure. Home responsibilities, repairs. Oh, my sons do a very good job of that. And I tried to do most of those home repairs myself. Yes, I am a DIY father for sure. But then after a while, I started giving them some of those responsibilities. Now you have to be very careful to navigate what your wife or the mother of the children say because you can't let them work on that. Father, you have to be the one to say, this is going to be war tested and father approved. I've got this. And they have to learn how to do it, even if it's scary, like electricity, construction, all of those things. So you have to be prepared to teach them how to maintain the home, the yard upkeep, same thing. There are plenty of women who I'm sure can cut the grass and maintain the landscaping of the yard, but hey, that's what I do. And I think that's what you should teach your sons to do. And I am proud to say I've got a couple of sons with homes, and they are doing fantastic. I've taught them well. So, and then now this is a touchy situation. The restroom, keeping it clean for sure, and also how to use the toilet. Especially if you have a female in the home with you. So you have to be able to keep it clean and be very careful of the sanitation in the bathroom. And I think I taught my sons that. Also, I learned a lot about sanitation and cleanliness from being in a quick service restaurant. And I brought all of that home with me. So cleaning is very important, very, very important. Now, with all of that, the responsibility of being the father in the home, of being the man in the home and taking care of so many things, and you have to take ownership of all of the things that you've done. And the naysayers, the people who work against you, you got to make sure you navigate that and you create boundaries and borders for those people who want to, hey man, let's go and party. Let's go do, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I have a few things I need to take care of, and I may not have time to join you this evening. But you have to make sure that your sons understand the importance of responsibility and ownership when it comes to doing all of the things. So, like I say in my book, it may be battle tested and mother approved, but I'm going to go a step further and say it has got to be war tested and father approved. It takes a father to make sure that their sons are prepared to take care of themselves and the home and all of the things that happen around the home. You got to take ownership for it. You can't run away from it. It is so very important. For sure, for sure. So just remember that, because and talking about this really takes me back to the slogan of Father Notes the podcast. You got to shake the trees of tradition in order for your sons to be better than you were as a father. And when you shake those trees of tradition, everybody's not going to be happy with you. But that's okay. They're going to respect you. That's the key right there. They're going to respect you because you are true to what you do and what you stand for. And that goes back to when I say teach your sons about integrity, the values you have, your steadfastness on doing the things that the family needs, because you have to create that family unit, strong family structure. Thank you so much for attending the Father Knows podcast. This is episode 10. Yes, in season 2, we are rolling. So take care, Father. Stay strong, be responsible, and take ownership for all that is yours. I'll catch you on the next time. Thanks for joining the Father Knows podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel at 1W Patten Jr. That's Patten Jr. Follow our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Father, make the choice to use your voice.